Hello, aspirants, and welcome to this exclusive Rungta IAS Academy Explainer. Today, we're absolutely diving deep into a high-yield, critical topic for your UPSC General Studies Paper 3, specifically under the Internal Security Syllabus. We are going to unpack the monumental strategic shift brought about by Operation Sindoor.
Looking at our session plan today, we're going to move quickly through 4 key areas. We'll cover the tactical context, the incredibly important civil-military synergy, the massive focus on Atmanirbhar Bharat, and finally, how to apply all of this directly to your GS3 mains and interview.
All right, let's jump right into the first part, the tactical context, which really showed us some truly unprecedented tri-service integration.
This operation really tested the ground realities of seamless integration across our armed forces. Let's look at the timeline. It's quite something. On May 9th, India executed precise strikes on 9 terrorist targets. This included major hubs like Bahawalpur and Murid. And then, when Pakistan attempted a counterstrike on May 10th, the Indian Air Force reacted in real time, neutralizing threats at 11 bases across Pakistan. The whole operation, start to finish, concluded in a remarkably swift 88 hours.
Now, you might be wondering what exactly enabled this incredibly aggressive, confident posture. Well, it was a highly robust, networked air defense system. Specifically, leveraging the S-400 missile system completely denied airspace over Indian territory and, frankly, deep inside Pakistan as well. This effectively rendered any retaliatory drone attacks completely unviable. It was a total game changer.
Moving on to our second theme, let's decode the civil-military synergy and what we are now calling the new normal.
This operational success marks a complete paradigm shift in civil-military relations. If you recall the old paradigm, say post-Pahalgam, it often left our forces with somewhat ambiguous expectations. But this new normal? It is defined by a crystal-clear, clear-cut political directive. The armed forces were given an absolutely unambiguous mandate, essentially a free hand for action.
As you can see from a source text here, the execution is described as military audacious at its best, and rightly so. India demonstrated masterful control of the escalation ladder, and remember, this was executed under a severe nuclear overhang. This calculated pressure actually forced a rapid ceasefire request by noon on May 10th. So, what does this perfectly timed termination actually mean for the broader geopolitical picture? According to the analysis, it sends a powerful dual strategic signal. First, it literally forces terrorists into hiding. But secondly, and perhaps more importantly, it makes the Pakistani citizenry confront the very harsh, reckless realities of their own military leadership.
That brings us to Section 3, the absolute necessity of Atmanirbhar Bharat in our defense sector, the drive to innovate, design, and manufacture.
Aspirants, please note this down for your mains way-forward conclusions. Sustaining this kind of top-tier operational readiness requires Atmanirbhar Bharat and at massive scale. It demands a true whole-of-nation approach. We are talking about immediate, deep integration across DRDO laboratories, defense PSUs, large industry players, MSMEs, and of course, our incredibly dynamic innovation and startup ecosystem.
And that brings us to a definitive takeaway from today's analysis. The text makes a very bold statement here. Ultimately, the Modi Redlines regarding cross-border terrorism are permanent. This is absolutely crucial for your answers. This new normal is irreversible. It completely defines India's strategic mindset for the foreseeable future, and it should definitely be a cornerstone concept in your internal security essays.
Finally, let's look at Section 4, Application and Synthesis for your GS3 mains and interview. This is where we bring it all together.
Now, I want you to consider this highly probable personality test question. How does Operation Sindoor demonstrate India's mastery of the escalation ladder under a nuclear overhang? It's a heavy question, right? But you have the tools now. We encourage you to structure your response using exactly what we've discussed today: the tactical timeline, the incredible civil-military synergy, and the perfectly timed strategic termination. So think about it, structure your thoughts clearly, and use this framework. Keep analyzing, aspirants, and best of luck with your preparation.